Action! Be strong in body, clean in mind, and lofty in ideals. Hello, boys and girls. I'm ready to take a field trip through my early life, my accomplishments, and in my achievements that I, the inventor of one of the most popular sports in the world, achieved. Then here we go on this long journey. I was born on November 6, 1861, near Almonte, Ontario, Canada. My parents, John and Margaret Naismith, were farmers. I was one of 3 children. My brother's name was Robert, and my sister's name was Annie. My dad died from typhoid fever when I was 10. Then 2 weeks later, my mom also died. I was very good at sports, but did not have good grades. In high school, I dropped out and became a lumberjack. And I attended McGill University in Montreal, Canada for college, where I got a scholarship. After college, I worked at McGill University for 3 years as a physical education teacher. I then moved to the U.S. and worked at the Springfield, Massachusetts YMCA. There, a faculty member challenged me to, within 14 days, create a sport that would keep football players in shape during the winter. I started by putting a peach basket like this one at the end of the gym. Then I got a ball and invented the game called basketball. The name basketball came from a student that was attending Springfield University. Then I started the long journey of improving the game basketball. The first game was at Springfield University. It was on December 21st, 1891, and I was one of the coaches. There were 9 players on each team. Every time somebody scored, the janitor had to get a ladder and get the ball because the peach basket did not have a hole in it. The final score of the game was 1-0. In 1893, I improved the peach basket to an iron hoop with a hammock-style basket. And after this improvement, I focused on other things. I married Maud Sherman in 1894 and had 5 kids. We then moved to Denver and I worked at the YMCA there. I then was named one of Canada's greatest rugby and lacrosse players. Then I moved to Kansas and achieved many more things. I became the Kansas Jayhawks physical education teacher in 1898. Then I graduated as a medical doctor in sports in 1898. After this, I became the Kansas Jayhawks first basketball coach in 1899. There, I had a long career as a Kansas Jayhawks first coach. I determined that 19th century college basketball became very popular. I had a 55-60 record as a Kansas head coach. Although I am the only Kansas head coach to have a losing record, I was very successful. I coached for 9 seasons. In 1907, I hired Forrest Fogg Allen as the new head coach. He coached at the university for a couple of years, then went to Baker University. He came back to Kansas and coached for 36 more years. In 1936, I was at the Berlin Olympics, which was the first Olympics that they had basketball at. I awarded the teams their medals. All 3 winning teams were from North America. In 1937, I retired from activity teaching. Then in 1939, I died in Lawrence, Kansas on November 28th. In conclusion, I had a very sad early life, as you should remember my parents died when I was young. However, I grew up and achieved many things, including inventing basketball. I, James Naismith, was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1957. Now in Lawrence, Kansas, the road by Allen Fieldhouse is named James Naismith Drive. I am very honored to have these achievements.